My name is Lily Moayeri, and I'm one of Festival Insider's contributors. I'm here with DJ Machete, also known as Rob from Respect, and Rob from Junglist Platoon. Rob, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks so much. Glad to be here. Good to see you, Lily.
Thank you. I should say happy anniversary. It's the 23rd anniversary of Respect, your weekly drum and bass night out here in Los Angeles. 23 years, that's a huge feat.
Thank you.
I believe Respect is the longest running club night in North America that has consistently been going since its inception. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think you are the longest running, consistent. That's still
pretty consistent. I mean, of course, the pandemic had something to do with us taking a break for a little while, but we did some other things to stay busy during that time. But yeah, I mean, 23 years, it's a long time.
So you and I met in 1998 during the Atmosphere Days at Viper Room, which did many drum and bass DJs. And you started Respect a few months into that experience in March of 1999. Why did you and your crew, Junglist Platoon, start Respect?
I mean, we felt that there was a need. At the time, we also wanted a place to play as DJs. Quite a few of us, especially myself, had been active since the early 90s. So, we wanted a place to call home. And initially, the Respect name came from a mixtape that I had put out, one of my first jungle mixtapes in 90. So I called the mixtape Respect, didn't even put my name on it. I hadn't even decided if I was going to be a Machete or whatever at that point. It was just all about love for the music. And when it came time to start the club, the crew decided that was the name we're going to go with, Respect.
I didn't know that. That's brand new information for me that came from a mixtape. That's really cool. I thought it was more about respecting everything about drum and bass.
Well, it was, and that was the kind of foundation of the mixtape itself, and just kind of like love for the music, respecting the music, not so much about the artist or the DJ who was playing the music. At least that was my initial kind of inspiration. And then it just made sense when we started the club. Obviously had a bigger meaning, but to all of us. And but yeah, that was basically the foundation.
When you first started, I didn't even think it was going to be anything other than, a place for you and the Junglist guys. And then it's interesting to me how everything else that was happening that maybe had more muscle behind it, had more money behind it, just all kind of fell away. And you were the only ones left standing, which just makes things, I feel like when you're doing things for the right reasons, it's going to come through in the end. And I really feel like you wanted to do it for exactly what you said, just to have a place to play. And that's what you did. And it just stayed the course.
It was really just a kind of a simple grassroots beginning. We were all just fans of the music and DJs and some budding producers. And I think we started Respect with $200 as a budget, our crew kicked off the first night on March 2nd in 1999. And then the next 4 weeks following, I think there was 5 weeks in that month, we just showcased all of our favorite DJs locally, the people that inspired us. And
it's interesting because you started with just, and that's what was great about it is you were focused on just your own people. And that was really awesome to just be like, okay, we're just about us. And we have a lot of talent here and a lot of people that inspired us right here. And you weren't worried about going after getting anything from the UK or anything, that was internationally known. And you were just really about bringing the people here up, which you're still doing. It's not like now that you do get the big people from other places that you're not giving the shine to the people that are local, because I feel like at least 2/3 of each night is still local crew.
Yeah. I mean, that's been something that I've tried to do from the beginning. I mean, it's all about local support. Obviously, when you get to a level of booking talent as we have, you kind of set the bar really high for yourself, but we've always been about keeping the local crews involved and showcasing up and coming talent as well as the international guests. And I think that's why our club has been so popular and, move forward through the years with different fans coming in, because it's not just about one sound of drum and bass or jungle. It's about the entire spectrum. And I love it all. So that's how that's how I look at booking the night on a weekly basis.
And that's what I like about your sets is I was just like, you're going to hear all kinds of stuff and it's all going to make sense and he's going to make it all work together. And I really, really do enjoy your sets in particular.
Thank you so much.
You've also become a talent agent over the last 10 years, booking people as, which to me seems like a natural progression. But when we talked earlier, you were telling me you were always trying to avoid that job because you said that whenever anything goes wrong, the talent brings their agent for it and you didn't want to be the whipping boy for that.
Yeah, exactly. But it, eventually, being an agent just came knocking on my door. And I think the time was right. And it was from being that fan of music to a DJ to a promoter. I had kind of, built my network and contacts and just kind of my overall knowledge of the business and took that to the next level by representing artists and booking showcase at my nights as well as around the country and North America for that matter.
Yeah. And you've also been doing Respect DMB Radio, which is your Wednesday evening stream for quite some time.
Yeah, 13 years.
That's another thing that's like, who does a live stream for that long? It's always been awesome with a lot of great artists as your guests, and also including your own amazing sets. And I felt it particularly was a lifeline during lockdown. Can you tell us a bit about that particular time and also about just the stream in general?
Yeah, well, we started the stream on Wednesdays about 13 years ago. Opportunity presented itself and I decided to give it a shot because, after doing the club at that point for 10 years, and we were, like I said, in between venues, I found myself with, not nothing to do, but just really wanted another avenue to promote. So figuring that we would eventually find a venue, it took about 2 or 3 months. But we did a few events in between that time. But I started the live stream and we got it going with just audio. And then we started doing video streams, but this is what frame rates were and bandwidth and all that stuff. So it was just really kind of basic setup. And after 2 years, we stopped doing the video because my network connection wasn't that great where I live. And just kept going with audio though consistently. And most of the time we would have guests from out of town because I would offer to bring them into LA a day early, which they appreciate. And even me as a traveling DJ in a city and not just go in and play and then leave the next day. So, I'd offer an extra hotel night and I've had, some amazing talent right here in my house, people like Randall, who is an absolute legend, people like Caliber, MC Top Cat, just the gamut of people anywhere, even Marcus Intellects, a lot of good friends and artists who have blessed our stage and my home and our studio. And you can actually find all of these sets online still. But it's been great. And during the pandemic, I had been doing it irregularly, but luckily we got a better network connection and a better internet. And we started doing the live stream again. And with OBS and all the new tools at my disposal, me and my wife and our cat got involved. So shouts to Andrea and Camel the cat. And we just made it a thing every week. And it was really just our release, from everything that was going on. And it was also my way to keep up with the music and play my promos. And it was just 2 hours of having fun while my wife danced in the background because she's known for being a really good dancer. And it was just, it definitely helped keep our sanity during those times.
I think it kept a lot of people's sanity and it really kept that connection going with the Respect, audience and the music. And I know that it means a lot to a lot of people. So it was really great that you were doing it and keeping also that, it was a connection to the before times too, where it's like, okay, so this is still happening.
Yeah.
Also during the pandemic, you did some dinner and bass nights at Respect's current venue, which is honestly, it was so exciting for us. And once we were there, we were so grateful to have it as an option and to be able to hear the music on a big system after like so many months of just, it's just not quite the same when you listen to it at home or even in the car. So what was the thought behind that? Because it was a great idea.
Well, when we realized that this was something that we could do, it was kind of like our pandemic pivot, but it was mainly just a way to keep our community engaged, keep our brand out there, and still involve our DJs. We were able to live stream from inside the venue, but our patio had been expanded and set up to accommodate. I mean, the venue did have a kitchen already, so they employed a caterer to come in and actually provide really good food. And you really weren't. You were just basically paying to come sit down and eat dinner, and the money that you put towards that wasn't like a ticket price. It was you could buy drinks, and it was like a credit. And we did a few of those before things locked down again towards, I think, the first winter of COVID. But then we did a few more after that, including our Respect 22-year anniversary last year, which instead of actually being a big show, which we had done, I mean, our 20-year and our 21-year, we were starting to regularly fill like 1,000-person venue in downtown. And it was just really building. So it was a little crushing to not be able to do that. But at the same time, we still had our outlet. I mean, that week we did Respect Radio. And then on the Saturday, we did a live stream from here in our studio with guest sets from my roster and around the world of like some top name D&B artists. So it was a really, really fun week. And I was glad we were able to do that. And the dinner shows definitely did help, just keep everybody together. And it was fun. I was glad we were able to do that.
Yeah, no, it was great. And also, you had a week-long celebration. You normally don't have that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. But this year we actually get to celebrate at the club with music and people dancing and sweating together. I'm very excited for that. Yeah. We can get to that later.
Well, no, that's what I was going to bring up, which brings us to the 23rd anniversary. And you have a stacked lineup. I mean, just out of control. And you're keeping it intimate, though. You're keeping it at Station 1640, which is where
that's right
for the last little bit.
Yeah.
So what's the idea behind keeping it limited? Because as you said, I'm pretty sure you could fill 1,000. I don't know about, people's comfort levels with everything that's going on, but tell us a little bit about the idea behind keeping it limited, because I'm pretty excited about that, pretty excited about having it be like in this intense environment, and also who you have coming through, because it's like everyone.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we have Prolix, who is a huge artist for the big festivals out here. It's going to be the first time he's played a regular club night in LA. I think the last time was also for us, in the Dragonfly days. So it's been a long time since he's done something more intimate like this. We have Jade from Eat Brain Records and Mob Tactics, and also, our regional and local support. At the time, I was already starting to think about the anniversary. Usually we would announce our show, say like mid-January, and start to get some lead time on the promo. But COVID things were still kind of uncertain. We're coming out of the winter, it was very slow, and the mask mandates. And it was a little hit or miss with some of our nights. And I just wasn't sure people's comfort level, going into like 1,000-person event. And even for myself, it's just like, and then I was thinking of all the shows that I've been to and like even that you and I have experienced, whether it's Science, Atmosphere, and even the early days of Respect. I mean, something about that intimate vibe of just having, 200 or 300 diehard fans in a room with good sound and just really kind of feeling it, together. I mean, I'll take that over like a huge event anytime. I mean, obviously I love to do big shows and I want to reach that peak. This is something the city needs right now. And we have some really big events coming up. I can't really touch on too many of them right now, but I guarantee even after March, our March lineup is stellar anyway. So the next 3 weeks in a row, we have our anniversary on March 10th. And then the week after that, we have the legendary Doc Scott. And he's also played here in my living room too. So, it's just nice to have that connection, that more intimate connection with the artists and the people. The week after that, we have Diesel Boy. He's going to be playing a classic or old school drum and bass set. And then in April, we have a very big name coming. We haven't announced yet, so I'm going to hold off on. After that, on Cinco de Mayo, we're going to have another really big artist. And I want to keep that vibe going. I think right now we're just gonna pack our venue, try to do the best shows we can this year, build back up to that level of showcasing the artists in bigger venues, but really do what we do in that intimate setting and get three to 400 fans together to just rock out. And next week is going to be something.
I know from personal experience, my friends that have played Respect from overseas they just love it. It's just a really, really good experience for them every time. They never have a bad Respect. So, and they look forward to doing it. Rob, thank you so much for your time and also for the dedication you put into doing Respect week in and week out. Whether or not we make it down on a regular basis, it's like a mental security blanket, knowing that it's there. So yeah, thank you.
Everyone that's helped us along the way, of course, my wife, Andrea, Camel the Cat, all our fans, and everyone who continue to support every week. We love you. We hope to see you at the anniversary. Thanks, Lily.
Hey Insiders, thanks for watching this video. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to our channel or feel free to check out our recommended videos. Thanks for watching.